boy, oh boy, is episode 2 a mess. Um, so, yes, I have just finished making episode 1, which is why I'm immediately jumping into episode 2, which is called The Power of Darkness, instead of Attack of the Clones, because that means nothing. The last one was called The Birth of a Sith. And of course, the next one will be The Revenge of the Rebellion. Yes. But yes, so episode 2 will feature mainly the training of Darth Vader and the inception of the rebellion with Padme Amidala at the helm of it. So, we'll be seeing Vader kind of trying to become the Vader we know. Yes, so let's go into my opinions on episode 2. This movie is the worst Star Wars movie. It is horribly written. And yes, the last half hour of it is good, but it doesn't make up for the first 2 hours of it, which is just... and which is why I kind of condensed that into a couple of scenes in episode 1. So let's start with episode 2, The Power of Darkness. Yeah, we're doing it again. So we pan down to see Vader in his human form, no armor on. We see him walking, not him walking, him in this back tank. Palpatine walks in. Palpatine tells him of his new task, that he will be trained by Palpatine, and he essentially, and to get this, Palpatine drains the bacta tank and zaps Anakin in his natural form, robot limbs. He zaps him in the human part. You hear a cry, we wipe to the next scene. So we have Padme, Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka all there, and they're essentially grieving Anakin and kind of just at loss. But Yoda comes up and gives a speech about how this is not a day we should be mourning. This should be our day of improvement. And pulls Obi-Wan aside and says, danger, I'm in danger. I need you are too. We both need to leave. And Obi-Wan asks, where are you going? Because if you know that, then it'll be easy for them to know. And he tells him, Dagobah, what the fuck am I talking about? But he's telling him she's pregnant with a boy and a girl. Separate them. the boy will redeem the father, while the daughter will become a great general. And that's the last we see of Yoda, except for the very end of 3. Um, but, actually, no. We're gonna follow Yoda, and we're gonna give him the deleted scene from episode 3, where him landing and Yoda singing plays, and it's a really cool moment that I don't know why they deleted out of episode 3. So we get to the plot for these people. And this movie is going to feel very, very similar to Empire, as Emperor is sending out bounty hunters across the galaxy to find the missing Jedi. And they're going to bring them to the Death Star, to essentially Imperial concentration camp. And Vader's essentially just going to wreck house on these injured and horribly Jedi. Who is the bounty hunter we're going to send? All in Padme and Obi-Wan. Well, none other than Bossk. Because I feel like they should use more with Bossk in the original trilogy. So Bossk is going to be used here. And we get to introduce more alien species. And so, at this movie, Padme and Obi-Wan are going to be on the run with C-3PO and R2-D2 and all that stuff. And, we're going to go, yeah. Well, also they're trying to form a rebellion. Really going to be a combination of the Last Jedi retreating from the Resistance, but it's going to be more like Empire, like a bounty hunter trying to, they're essentially tracking the location. So during this, Vader walks in, and he says, "The one who finds Obi-Wan Kenobi, alert me. I will deal with him myself." And Obi-Wan says, "No, you are not finding Obi-Wan. You're gonna stay here and train." He zaps him to the floor in front of all these bounty hunters. He came in with a presence, and he's immediately brought down by the Emperor. And then we're gonna see that a lot. Vader will really, he's essentially gonna be seen as a loser to the Imperials, but guess what? By the end of this movie, he will be very much Vader. So, we see Bossk getting in his ship, and he flies toward Alderaan, where the Jedi are. Obi-Wan senses a presence, senses that they are being tracked, so he says, "Your Majesty," he says, "we have to move." So they fly, they go to light speed, and they land on Tatooine. Said, "They will not find us here." Anakin hates this place, only memories of hatred he has here. They sit, and then they realize that they need a rendezvous point, so they send. So they are going to rendezvous on Naboo with Padme childhood friend Bail Organa. So that means we can kind of get more of a close relationship with that. But on there, we were met with Beru. We were met with Beru and Owen Lars. Owen and Beru are very welcoming to them, and they kind of help them a lot, and they have great hospitality. And Padme really pregnant, and they're like, "Oh, that's awesome." And Obi-Wan has to kind of look like here. So we get to Naboo, and Bossk is there. And Bail Organa is essentially going to utilize our, it's sort of like Orlando, but he's going to be a lot more like he's actually tricking the Empire. So, yes, this is very much Vader is there. And to this point, this is essentially Empire, but there's a lot more differences to it. So, and Bossk is there to welcome, and then they leave. But learn, Bail Organa has a bunch of ships, and this is going to be the Empire and the Rebellion's first meeting. And this is going to be a massacre of the Rebellion. So they are all sent to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, where they're greeted with Obi-Wan Kenobi is there, and he sees a bunch of Jedi carcasses. He's there. And his eyes meet Vader. And Vader is just shocked. They engage in a sort of lightsaber duel, where Obi-Wan is very easily able to overcome Vader, and he escapes to a planet in the Outer Rim, a little planet called Dagobah. Now, he goes to Ahch-To with R2-D2 for a little bit, just as a rendezvous point for him and Padme. So he's just kind of defeated. He walks in and he's degraded. I don't fucking know the word. He's this kind of like attacked by Palpatine, and they engage in a very intense lightsaber duel, where Vader has the upper hand most of the battle, but Palpatine is able to use his Force lightning, and this is where he shocks him. He comes up disfigured, and Vader is able to really prove himself in this duel. And then in the middle of the duel, a trooper walks in. He says, "Ma'am," and he says, "Sir, my lord, a prisoner has just been transferred here. She's not a Jedi, but she might be of very much value." And out in walks Padme. And Obi-Wan, who's not on Ahch-To anymore, I don't know why I fucking said Ahch-To. He's hiding out in the temple, senses Padme's danger. And before that, Padme's head is cut off. People are like, "Whoa, what happened to Luke and Leia?" But no, Palpatine's very much injured. She's no, her head not cut off. She's forced choked, essentially to death. But that's where Obi-Wan is able to recover her dying body, and they take her to a medical base. And he gives birth to the twins. And Obi-Wan gives Bail, who during the battle was going on, and the rebels are very much overpowered by the Empire, but there are sparks of hope within the Rebel Alliance, and they are able to at least come out with forces. Bail's given the bad news of Padme's unfortunate passing. He's given Leia. You helped us. You helped the survival of the rebellion. Because where are you going with the boy? She's the place where we were. The place where Anakin will never find him. Taken to Tatooine, we have the ending from Revenge of the Sith. And that is how we end episode 2. Yes. So that is episode 2. Hope you all enjoyed. That was very much. It's a lot. It's essentially Empire Strikes Back with a little bit of with Revenge of the Sith. It's the prequel version of Empire. it is as much as Empire. It's essentially a remake of Empire, as much as The Force Awakens is A New Hope. Yes, it's essentially the same movie, but that's how I would do it if Lucas is trying to convey their storyline, because Episode 3 will be a lot different from every other movie, which we'll be getting into next time. So thank you all for watching. Goodbye.